everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we're gonna do a little bit of comparisons. So I have recently picked up way too many products. I was sitting here going through the Sephora sale stuff and I was like, I need nothing. I absolutely need nothing. I might not be buying anything at the Sephora sale the way I'm going. I mean, I have bought so many things lately. It's just, I feel like if you saw my tabletop right now, you'd just be like, Jen, you need help. So anyway, I have so many things that I've just picked up. And I realized that a lot of them have a similar color story. And what do I mean by that? So, the Byredo Dysco eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna do a little bit of a demo with it today. I'll pull it out, I'll show it to you. But I also wanna compare it to a couple of new things. The Burberry Runway palette, the Tom Ford eyeshadow quads in Honeymoon, Leopard Sun, and Desert Fox, which was the new one that came out, you know, not too long ago. Also, I have Mitza in Dior and the Silk palette from Victoria Beckham. If I can open it, again, all similar color stories. Now, I have others that are also similar color stories, but I thought those were the ones that came to mind. And I just thought you guys might be interested in seeing them. I also have, if I could open it, I'm like the only person who has problems opening things. The Mink Set, I think it's Mink Set by Viseart. Now this has a lot more shades in it, but I also think there are similar shades in this one. So I'm gonna do a little bit of comparisons, contrasts, swatches, so you guys can see. So let's pull my hair back. You guys can see all my fabulous roots. And let's just talk a little bit about what's on my face before we get into the Byredo Dysco. I love the fact that it's spelled D-Y-S-C-O. So first, on my face is the Victoria Beckham Primer in Golden, which I'm really enjoying. It actually gives a nice warmth to my skin. I was originally talking about how I can't seem to find, like I don't have a self-tanner that I can use because the one that I loved, the La Mer one, it was discontinued. And now I don't tan. Like in the natural world, in the real world, I don't tan. I'm too pale, I burn. So, and I haven't really been in the sun, I don't know, like in 30 years. I mean, really, like I wear a hat, I wear SPF, I put sunglasses on, I sit under an umbrella if I'm on the beach. I don't go in the sun. So it's not natural for me to have a tan. I don't look natural with a tan. But this actually looks nice. It gives a little bit of a golden glow, but just the tiniest amount, and a warmth to my skin, which is actually quite nice. So I'm enjoying that. I have on the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate foundation in 1.3, which I'm loving. Absolutely loving. I think the shade is perfect, and I've kind of rediscovered the foundation. On my lips are Gucci lipstick in, it's the orange. I've forgotten the name. Louise Orange in the new lipsticks, the thin ones. I did want to pick up more shades in the Sephora sale, but they are all sold out in every shade that I was interested in. Literally, every shade. If they come back before the sale is over, I will pick up some. I really like them, but I want everyone to know they're very expensive for what they are. They're basically like a glossy lip balm in really cute packaging. They don't last very long. They're not very opaque. There's not a lot of product because they're a thin little tube, but I really like them. So, but that's just me. Just want to put that out there. I have the Goss Radiance Boosting Face Palette, the contour and the bronzer in light gold. Absolutely love it. I think it looks perfect on me. Like, absolutely love it. The Burberry Essential Glow Palette, I'm using the highlighter and the blush in pink. Very impressed. Very impressed with Burberry products. I'm actually going to pick up more Burberry, but next month. Next month. This has been a rough month. And I have so many more things to show you guys that I just haven't even gotten into. So anyway, but let's go to the Dysco palette. So I have done videos on the Byredo products before. If you haven't seen those, Hopefully I will remember to link them. I am notorious for forgetting to link things. Made in Italy. Byredo is a brand. I love their perfumes. I love their candle. They have, you know, beautiful scents. Their cases, their eyeshadow cases, remind me of a Milano cookie. That's just what they remind me of. They look like a Milano cookie. And I love their lipstick in it's Earth. I can't remember. And their other products were good too, but to be honest, I wasn't like bowled over by the other products, but I did really like the eyeshadows. And this one I saw on Lexi Zhang's channel and absolutely was like, I have to pick it up. So let's swatch it real quick and see what we think. Very pigmented from the get-go. I would say the only thing I don't like is I'm not a huge fan of the Milano cookie packaging. And that's because I feel like you can't really get like a bigger brush in here. I don't know if you really want to get a bigger brush in here, but if you did, it would be hard. So that would be my only thing. Okay, that's my favorite shade so far. It's like a copper penny shade. Oh, they're all beautiful. These three look like shimmers. Maybe this is a satin. These are shimmers. This is a satin. This is a matte, if I were to guess. But all really beautiful. And very much in my wheelhouse. All right, so let's do a comparison before I put anything on my eyes with the Burberry. Now, Burberry has a lot more shades, so let's see if we can kind of match up some shades here. So the golds are similar. Coppers, similar. Although this is redder. This red shade looks a little bit more like this red shade, but it's more shimmery. This is the lightest. This is a deeper shade in the Burberry. Similar shades there. Let's see. Yeah, similar color story between the Burberry and the Byredo. Okay, except of course you get 9 shades instead of just 5. Let's pull out Desert Fox and Tom Ford. That's the newest. What I'd say about the Desert Fox is the formula is more like powdery. So we've got Byredo, we've got the Burberry, Tom Ford Desert Fox. Yeah, there's similarities, but similar color stories, but Desert Fox is more powdery. Definitely similar color stories. Leopard Sun. Okay, that's Leopard Sun. Definitely lighter pigmented. Not nearly as intense as Desert Fox. Very similar color story as Desert Fox, but you can see the pigment's not nearly as strong as the rest of these. And then the last Tom Ford I'll do is Honeymoon. I think Honeymoon's gonna be, got more of like a cooler tone, but we'll try so you can see it. Yeah, it's cooler. Pretty though. Honeymoon's one of my favorites. Here's Honeymoon. Definitely cooler. I'd say Honeymoon is more like these than Desert Fox or Leopard Sun. I think Honeymoon has a more similar color story, definitely. But the two that are the closest are the Burberry and the Byredo. Very similar. Victoria Beckham Silk. Very pretty color story. I think it has more in common with Desert Fox than it does with the Byredo and the Burberry. And then Mitza, and we'll look at the Viseart too. Mitza, I think we're gonna see similarities in Mitza. This is Mitza, and the shade here I ran out of room. So Mitza, again, there are very similar color stories, but they're not as pigmented and not as shimmery and satiny as the Byredo and the Burberry. The Byredo and the Burberry have a lot more in common. They're more pigmented, they're more shimmery than the Tom Fords or the Victoria Beckham or the Dior. Now, I haven't compared them to Chanel. I'm sure I have some Chanel shades. And let's look at the Viseart for a second. This is the mink set. Let's do here. Yeah, there's some similar shades in here. And someone was asking me about what I think of Viseart. I love Viseart. I think Viseart has beautiful shades. And I've bought a number of things. So if you're interested in picking up those at the Sephora sale, that's some of the mink set's shades. You can see some similarities in the mink set in the Byredo and the Burberry. So if you haven't been able to get the Burberry, the Byredo is very similar. This mink set is very similar in the Viseart. So that might give you some dupes. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Byredo. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the Burberry, guys. I think it's gone, but I'll keep an eye out. I hate to be that person who's like, buy it now, because it makes me feel like I never want to be, I don't want you guys to think, you know, I'm like trying to force you into getting something, but at the same time, I want you to know it's out in case it doesn't come back, like this Burberry thing. It seems like it's gone. And I don't want anyone to miss out on something that they really want, but I also don't want anyone to feel like they have to get something. You know, it's this weird fine line. I'm like, what do I do? But I think the Burberry one is, I think it's gone. So we'll see. All right, let's go into the Byredo. So what I'm basically saying is the mink set by Viseart, if it's on the Sephora site, might be on sale, and the Byredo looks very, very similar as well to the Burberry. I'm going in with the deepest shade, putting it in the outer corner of the eye. This is the Hourglass brush 06. Wow, that's very pigmented. It went on very easily. I like the Byredo shadows, like I said. The formula is really nice. The ones that I've used, this seems no different. Just, I mean, blended beautifully. Really nice. I'm gonna keep it towards the outer part of the eye. And yes, I know I have some underneath, and that's okay. We'll fix it later. All right, let's go in with the Wayne Goss 03 and buff that out. Yeah, I mean, it's so weird, like, lately. I just don't know what's happening with all these products. Who knows? You know, some things that I thought weren't going to come at all, like the Burberry showed up, the YSL just showed up. I don't know, you know, how much there is, if there's a lot of product. No idea. The Dior, the Chanel, you know, there's going to be the Chanel Le Beiges, which is going to come out soon, and then there's a summer collection in June there's not going to be a lot of that. I will do a, will I buy it soon with all the new stuff that's coming out, coming fast and furious. All right, let's take, this is the like coppery shade. This is a mini booster, Sonia G. Just going over the darkest shade. Yeah, the shades are really nice, really beautiful. Okay, then let's take the, it's kind of like a coppery shade, Chikuhodo F06. Yeah, that's these are beautiful shades, guys. I mean, they go on the eye so creamy. I think these work even better than the previous Byredo shadows that I used. I'm gonna have to go back, pull those out, and see what I think, but I think they do. I think they're even smoother than they were, which is impressive. I'm gonna go back into that original brown shade. Yeah, I mean, they're very pigmented. Really nice. Really pretty. Okay, let's take the lightest shade. What brush do I want to use? I'm just going to use it for inner corner. Really pretty. Actually, just sweep a little bit that's on my brush, a little bit of extra. I'll go back in with the 03. Yeah, that looks really nice. Okay, let's take the gold shade. I'm gonna use the F06 again. I'm just gonna put right down the middle. Yeah, guys, if you missed out on the Burberry, this is an excellent choice. And not just if you missed out on the Burberry. This is just an excellent palette. It's got beautiful shades. It's really, I mean, it's a stunning palette. I'm gonna use the second shade we used. It's beautiful, it's pigmented, it is warm leaning, but it's got like a coppery kind of feel to it, similar to the Burberry, so that it's got some coolness to it too. You know, it's just, I mean, it's stunning. It's really, really pretty. All right, let me bring you in closer so you can see. Yeah, I think this is, so I think you guys can see, I think it's a beautiful eye look. Very similar to the Byredo color story. I think it's really pigmented. I think it's very beautiful. I think it's definitely warm leaning. I think it's interesting because I just did the Dior Dune for you guys. And there's a similar color story here with the oranges and the reds, but the difference is, and I'm just gonna pull out two different shades here, that it's the Dior, and I showed you the Mitzer earlier, but the Dior is much more luminescent in the shades, whereas these are much more shimmery, creamy. They have almost a, I don't know what the feel is. I can't even explain it, but you can see they're definitely all shimmery shades, but these are lighter, and these are definitely deeper and more, they have more like depth to them. than the new Dior, which is more like more ethereal, more shimmery, more luminescent, where these I think have more pigment and more depth. It's just interesting the color stories are not actually that different. I have a feeling that's like the color story right now because they all seem to be looking like that. Okay, let me curl my lashes, put on mascara, and we'll wrap up. Okay everyone, final look. So like I said, I think the Byredo palette is stunning. I love the shades. I think they are incredibly beautiful, very pigmented, very similar to the Burberry. I think there are some, you saw in my swatches, a lot of similarities. I don't love the Milano cookie, just because I feel like it's just narrow, and I don't know why, but it just bugs me. But I do think it's cool packaging. I like the way they do it. I like the little mirror. It's unusual. It is made in Italy. They are very smooth and creamy. 12 months shelf life, which is, you know, pretty average. Yeah, I love the look. I think it looks really gorgeous on the eye. I think if you like this type of color story, I think you're really gonna like it. I have really high marks for their products and think they do a really good job. And as you saw with my swatches, I think there are other palettes that have very similar color stories, but the only ones that I saw that had similar formulas, or at least similar outcomes from what I could, you know, show you on my arms, and I have used them all on my eye and I can tell you they're similar, is the Burberry and then the Viseart. This is the, as I said, mink set. I'm sure there are shades in other Viseart palettes that you could also, you know, use. I'm gonna guess that there are also some shades in maybe the Natasha Denona palettes. There could be some in Pat McGrath, but none that are like coming to me obviously. I'm just thinking maybe some of the Sydney Grace shadows, but I would say, you know, these are really interesting formula. They are very smooth and creamy. Very happy with the look. I'm very happy with the shadows. And since it is the Sephora sale going on now, I do want to just say, to reiterate, the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate foundation I'm really liking. The Bite Beauty mascara, which is what I'm wearing, is an absolute winner in my opinion. The Gucci lipsticks I love. It's a lot of money for what you get, but I really like them. And obviously other people do too, because all the shades that I wanted are sold out, but they may come back. The face palette from Wayne Goss, I absolutely love. Is working extremely well for me. Yeah, I think that's it for today. I am gonna, the next couple of videos will hopefully be update videos. I'm gonna try to get a bunch out that you know, updates on things that I've bought recently. I also will have a video. I'm gonna do a full length, because you all seem to be interested in a full length video of the Chanel blushes that I unearthed. I have some shades that I had forgotten existed, which is interesting. The ones that I still want, which I cannot find anywhere, are Mocha, Tempting Beige, and Accent, I think was the other one. There was like 3 that I used to have that I know I threw out because I cannot find those. Yeah, there were so many shades that have come and gone, guys, in the Chanel blushes. And I'll also have the luxury expensive lipstick videos coming up, and I will do an in-depth one with the Tom Ford, the Soleil, the cream and shadow eye, and the lip gloss. It is available on Sephora right now. What I would tell you is they are limited edition products. If you saw my short with them, they really are really beautiful. The black cream in that is super deep, and when you put the gold over it, it's stunning. But if you don't like a dramatic look, you're not gonna like that, because it is a dramatic look and it's beautiful. And then the gloss is this really pretty gold gloss, and it just looks like, oh, gold gloss. The thing is, you see it in the tube, right? It's just gold gloss. When you put it on your skin, it changes and it goes peach. and it is actually quite stunning. So, you know, lately with Tom Ford, I've been like, what is happening? Because like half their stuff is on sale and he hasn't come out with anything new. And then he dropped these things, which I have to tell you, I really like a lot. I am tempted to buy another one of these just to have it, which I don't like to do, but the sale is going on and I think this is really kind of a unique product and I really like the way it looks. So, but anyway, that's a story for the next time. So, thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in another video really soon.